people trying to build big audiences right off the bat, right?
Yeah.
So it's good because it's an opportunity, but it's not so good. I do not agree with the fact that it will probably motivate people to create content, not for the right way, for the right reasons.
They made 1 billion in sales. Honestly, I find that insane. Just think about it. Like, this other guy has been 2 years and already made 230 million.
A quarter of it, yeah.
Yeah, a quarter of that in 2 years.
Okay, anyways.
Bros is an inclusive word, let me tell you. Bros is inclusive.
Anyways, we owe everybody a conversation today. And we promise after last episode, who was so fun, you know, we talked about, should we be meta verified, right? And what else we talked about last week, Fonzie, or last episode? Do you remember? That's your topic.
Yeah, I mean, I did the research. Do I remember? Let me tell you, I do remember. We talk about YouTube and podcast, right? Not like I'm looking it up right here.
That's right.
And also we talked about Meta Verified.
That's why I just
Which
said.
I discovered. I think I know why I didn't get that notice.
Why?
Because I'm already verified. No, I'm kidding. No, because I think I have a creator account, and I'm pretty sure they send those to business accounts.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyways, Fonzie has a big announcement today. He fully leaned into the Fonzie name, and you can find him on social.
We should just leave it for the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are the podcast. This is the pre-podcast.
We are podcast.
We are podcast. Yeah. Anyways, at Fonzie Creates, guys, go find him. So awesome. Good job, Fonzie.
Bro, I was gonna. You stole my thunder.
You didn't say anything.
Exactly, because I was gonna say what the episode was already started.
Well, we already started.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
You stole my thunder.
Officially, here we go.
I'll cut this.
Fresh new young talent.
Come on, here we go.
I'll cut this when I edit that. You know
Why? No.
I'll regain my thunder.
Fonzie, we start the episode when we hit record. That's it.
Let's go.
Got some fresh
Hey,
new young
it's Luis.
talent
And this
doing
is
some things that I
Fonzie.
know you
Welcome to the
haven't heard
Content is
before.
Profit podcast.
In here, you're gonna get the insights, accountability, and drive to create consistently and increase revenue.
You'll hear from top entrepreneurs, creators, and anything and everything you need to know about content. All this while having a good time.
The goal of this podcast is simple: entertain, educate, and turn your content into profit. Let's go.
Bam, bam, bam. Welcome back.
Beam, bada, boom, bam, boom.
Beam, ba, boom, bam, boom. Anyways, Fonzie, what are we talking about today?
Guys, today we are talking about a crowdfunding platform for investors. Not for investors. Crowdfunding platform for creators. So not that creators are going there and investing. They're actually the product. Super interesting. And we're also talking about a $37 million investment that a fund did into a creator. I think it's pretty powerful.
I think when you see
Many lessons.
If you see these guys' videos, you'll be like, wait, what? And it's one of those amazing stories that it doesn't matter. We'll talk about it. Message, quality of the message over quality of the production.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
And we have a brand new Cool Tools Cool, baby.
That's right. All right. So, want to talk a little bit about the crowdfunding side of things, Fonzie?
Yeah, let's talk about the crowdfunding. But before that, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you follow, and you also follow us in social media at BIZBROS. And also you can follow my new handle, FONZI Creates. Yes, that is right. I have fully embraced the nickname Fonzie. Let's go.
It has been like it has been a full identity
crisis.
Shift. No,
Yeah.
identity shift.
Identity crisis
There's no
turned
crises.
into identity shift. You know, it's the hero's journey, bro.
Yeah, positive.
It's a hero's journey. But that being said, go follow me everywhere at FONZI Creates, FONZI with a Z. I'm excited. I got all of them. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Spotify even. Actually, no, not even Spotify. I'm lying.
I know. I think I might have to go grab LUISDA Creates. We'll
LUISDA Creates. Yeah. Or you can come up with your own, you know.
Bro, I follow the path of the greats, okay?
Hey, I appreciate it. You know what? You can have LUISDA Creates. All right, guys, let's talk about crowdfunding for creators, right? I came across this platform called Everbloom, and literally what they do is invest in YouTubers in exchange for a share of their revenue and other perks, help creators raise capital to grow their community. I think that's really cool, but let's start with what is crowdfunding. Why don't you share a little bit about what is crowdfunding?
We got a question coming in here before we tackle that. What about WhatsApp, Fonzie?
True. I didn't even think about it because for WhatsApp, I use my phone number. So I guess I'm going to have to go in there. Oh, actually, I got to get my Telegram, my WhatsApp, all those. I don't use those, but
many platforms.
So many platforms.
Thank you, Mario, for the shout. But anyways, okay. So, I mean, I like this. I like this idea of the crowdfunding.
Start with what is crowdfunding real quick. 2-sentence definition.
Crowdfunding is where a big group of people invest either money or resources into one idea, right? So in the entrepreneurial world, you have sites like what's his name? We buy stuff from there all the time.
It's like, so crowdfunding is
I just defined it. I'm giving an example.
I know, but I'm saying like it's like investing simplified without having to, having like millions of dollars in assets, right? If you want to invest in a business, like literally you could invest like $100, $1,000 and you get perks. It depends, right? Depending on the platforms. We actually had what was it? He's the COO.
Kickstarter.
Somebody pretty high up of Republic.co, which is a crowdsourcing platform for smaller businesses.
Wow.
And now this one, Everbloom, caught our eye, which helps level up YouTube channels. And I think this is really interesting because now the YouTuber, the creator, is the product.
Okay. Can I now?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm pumped up.
The Red Bull came full force on with you today. Okay, so in part, I like this idea for YouTubers. I think this is for probably creators that are already established, right? That they have something and they might be needing some guidance, right? And they have their formula and they've been in the game for a while. And they're obviously, these investors are trying to capitalize in this massive wave, which is that audience that they might be able to build and the community, right? So I'm very interested to see like what the back end looks like for the YouTuber as a business. Like from day one, we believe that you don't need a big audience to monetize or to utilize your content in a very smart way, right? So I think this plays into the fact of people trying to build big audiences right off the bat, right?
Yeah.
So it's good because it's an opportunity, but it's not so good. I do not agree with the fact that it will probably motivate people to create content not for the right way, for the right reasons.
But it depends. Again, it's a game of two people, right? It's not just the creator. It's going to be like, oh, I'm going to get myself in this platform and then I'm going to get a whole bunch of money. Like the investors need to do their due diligence and see if this person has potential, right? Like
here's what
let's say if Mr. Beast comes in here and he's like, right, I'm going to give 5% of my AdSense for exchange of like investment, right? And you get the opportunity to invest a little bit of it.
I think you're not understanding what I'm saying. I think a lot of the motivation today to start creating content, we see it every single day in our calls, right? Is how many followers and the vanity metrics that we talk about, right? If we're talking business, right? We understand the absolute truth is that you don't need a big following to be able to build a successful business.
The absolute truth.
The absolute truth. That you don't need a lot of followers, right? The fact that, there's now people can crowdfund and give, and support these creators, I think is amazing. But I think there might be a wave of creators that are going to go here, maybe not for the right reasons. And maybe the path for them helping their audiences is by creating this audience. I'm just saying, if you're starting, be wary that you don't need a big audience to start. And that's where I'm very frustrated because I see it every single day.
I think obviously this can go in multiple ways, mostly because I feel like you're talking about a more of a B2B audience, which of course is who we serve and who we can help.
Any type.
Yeah, but again, most of these creators are looking to grow their audiences, find brand deals, right? And eventually once they have their audience, like you've seen it, they're like, okay, let me diversify and start other businesses, like have my swag, get my burger restaurant, right? And I think this is just like before, just like a conventional business that is looking for investment, right? Let's say a software business, right? They're looking for investors to pour money so they can have more resources to create better things, right? And in here, they actually have on the website, why do I need funding, right? Investing in your channel, and I will help you attract new fans later. Obviously, there is a focus on the audience, on the fans. Whatever you need to grow will help you get it. Get more equipment, fund an epic video, hire talent, film on location, build a studio, go multi-platform, launch products, right? Sound interesting. Sound like something that I think the value here is how the creator obviously decides to use these newly gained resources. And I think they could potentially use them too to even, let's say it's a B2B that applies, right? They're actually got a big brand and they're kind of like creators as well. And they get in here and they get investment up front. You can potentially, let's say it's us. We can potentially use this funding to go travel and do in-location podcast episodes with the people that we want to bring the podcast. Like, that'll be pretty epic. That'll give us a way better chance of developing rapport, those relationships, and eventually, maybe find a partnership or do some sort of a deal with that person.
Yeah.
So I think it can be leveraged in many ways.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious, and if you're a creator or somebody out there that have used the platform either as an investor or as a creator receiving those funds, let us know. Like, send us a quick DM. I'm very interested to know what the experience is, right? But I do believe that obviously for the investors to see the return, like any business, right? They probably need to be seeing the back end of those creators right off the bat, right? So
Yeah,
are you
100%.
Are you investing in the talent of that creator, right? For what you said, right? We have little to no presence on YouTube, and that's okay. Like, that's something that's gonna be coming in this year and next year. But like, they're gonna have to see that. So are we investing in the potential? Are we investing in an already established audience or established project that's going on, right? The idea, what are those things, and all these elements. So I'm curious to see, like, again, if there's somebody that have been using the platform or is connected to the platform, send us a message. Have you been using it? Maybe we should bring the CEOs of the company and see if they want to talk about all these things, right?
Yeah.
Here's my personal note, and I don't want to be that guy that shuts down the party, but we see it every single day with a lot of people that struggle to get started with because of all these metrics that maybe we're looking for, right? So again, I highly encourage, find your low friction, right?
Yeah.
Your low friction way to get started with us. Shorts. We just had a call 2 days ago with somebody that started sending us messages about these massive ideas of a YouTube channel and thing that he wants to do. And we challenged him to be like, okay, look, we have a workshop. Let's identify this thing. You pay us X amount of dollars. We'll give you your money, your 100% money back if you stick with consistency, right? And immediately, I think that's an offer very hard to refuse, because all you got to do is stay consistent with the creation, right? As we help you. But the challenge is to be consistent when you're starting. So if you're starting with us a company and so on, if you're a company, the systems that we talk about, right? But again, keep an eye out for that. Be consistent, and then go find funding. I think it's a cool tool.
To add to what you said, in a way too, is like, this is obviously not for beginners. Like, you're not gonna start a YouTube channel and then go apply to get funding. Like, you probably need some sort of track record and have some sort of returns on your channel for you to be able to apply here. But what I found super, super interesting is the fact that now the creators are the product. Like, that is mind-blowing in a way, right? Like, just like the person itself is the product, and people are investing in their talent, in their ideas. And honestly, I'm excited to see where this is gonna go. If it's gonna turn out good, maybe it's a flop and it's not gonna do anything. But we'll check it out. What do you think about it? Go to everbloom.app, check it out, read about it. Let us know what you think. Is it gonna succeed? Is it gonna fail miserably? Who knows? All right, we're gonna go on the next one.
Yeah, talk to me.
All right, the next one is Doug DeMuro secures $37 million in funding. So this guy started a YouTube channel 9 years ago, and he makes this kind of like quirky reviews of cars. He's kind of funny. I haven't seen as many videos as my brother about him, but I saw a few, and they're actually pretty funny. And now he has 4.5 million subscribers. In 2020, he founded Cars and Bids, which since he has done over 230 million in auctions to date. That's a whole lot of money, right?
A lot of moolah.
And just for context, the top competitor in the industry is bringatrailer.com, which was founded in 2007. And last year alone, in 2022, they made $1 billion in sales. Honestly, I find that insane. Just think about it. Like, this other guy has been 2 years and already made 230 million.
A quarter of it, yeah.
Yeah, a quarter of that in 2 years, which is massive. And Bring a Trailer, founded in 2007, did $1 billion last year alone. The investment comes from the Chernin Group. People are like, who are they? Well, they are an investment fund that invests in companies that define culture. They've invested in companies like Aura, like the Aura Ring, Barstool Sports, Crunchyroll for those anime fans, and Funko, which we got a whole bunch in here.
So
right?
many.
Yeah, we got the little toys with the head. We got a visitor in here. We got little Luca coming in the studio. But besides that, this is something that I got from an article. The Drive, unlike other car auction sites, Cars and Bids doesn't charge any listing fees. Instead, they collect a percentage of the total sale value, capped at $4,500. The company's auction team reviews submitted vehicles to ensure they're a good fit to the platform. So it seems like they already have somewhat of a different way to operate than these other auction places. So I'm guessing that kind of like gives them a little bit of a different point of view, right? Or maybe a unique seller's advantage. Who knows? But this just caught my attention because what the Chernin Group wants to do, they bought majority stake of Cars and Bids. They actually want to kind of like mix his YouTube channel with Cars and Bids. At this point, he only drives traffic saying like, hey, if you want your cars, go to Cars and Bids. So I'm curious what they're going to do. I think they're going to attach him even more with the brand Cars and Bids. I'm curious to see. But again, $37 million
I mean, this is
quite the investment.
I mean, this is a clear example of like what consistency can do to you, because I mean, obviously he's done these videos 9 years, right? If you see today's video is going to be very similar to the first video that he posted 9 years ago. The framework stays very simple, right? It's like 30-minute videos where he goes in and he does this. It doesn't seem scripted, like it seems very natural, but he just does the same tour of the car every single time, right? And he does every single car, cars that he thinks are cool. Not always they're good, new cars. And I think he just stays very honest with himself, and he just does what he likes to do, which is that, right? And he's able to build this amazing audience for people that like the same thing. And when I was buying my Jeep, I was like, does Doug have more videos about Jeeps? I want to keep learning from this guy. And that was super cool, right? And the natural transition that happens when you put your message out there consistently is people are going to start asking. This is exactly what happened, is people in the comments are like, hey, where do you find a car like that? Where do you buy it, right? And he had all these connections with dealerships that he started to develop relationships with for his videos, because what he does is he puts a message on his YouTube and he's like, hey, if you are interested, if you have a cool car that you want me to review, send me an email, right? And probably he just has a ton of leads coming out of that. So many. From that relationship, he was able to find a solution, which was the site, right? There's people coming with a problem, wanting to buy the cars. And there's a lot of relationships that also had a problem that they need to sell the car. So why don't build this platform, which is the auction site? So this was a solution that came out of the problem, right? That he faced, not himself, but his community was facing as you do that, right? And if you look back at our journey, part of it in the publishing, it hasn't been as big as what Doug has done, right? But through this messaging, through our content, through the things that we say every single day, and the opportunities and the connection calls that we do, we find out these problems and we provide solutions for them, right? So as a business, that's part of the journey. You don't have to have it figured out from the start. Yeah. As you publish, you're gonna find this out. So
yeah, I really doubt that Doug started 9 years ago saying, I'm gonna start Cars and Bids in a few years as well and start monetizing my audience. I think he was just following his passion, staying consistent, and then I think he was really good at distinguishing signal, right? So like good noise versus just plain noise of people what they were saying, because he probably could have gone many different ways, right? He could have, I don't know, start like a car review magazine, like all these other things, but probably he noticed that there was a demand for the type of cars that he was reviewing, and a lot of people that were sharing these cars with him, they probably were like, hey, I want to get rid of this car, I want some money, so why don't we create something like Cars and Bids and bring it to market? And now is going to be actually one of the biggest competitors in that industry, right? For car auctions, I think is incredible. And the fact that an investment group, just like the Chernin Group, invested $37 million just talks a lot about the power of branding as well. The power of having that one personality in front of the business.
I think, obviously, I don't know who was running the business before, but my guess is that he had somebody running the daily operations. I highly doubt it was him. I don't know what his background is, But
230 million, I'm pretty sure he had somebody in there running.
Yeah, obviously, right? But like he funded it, right? I don't know if he had different partners that were the operator partners. Who knows?
Probably.
But again, I'm very excited to see what this group will do because they've been investing in like very, very big brands. And
I was checking out their website and I'm like, we need to find these people. Like we need to find the Chernin Group, who's their CEO, and just bring him to the podcast and talk. Because if you look at the companies that they invested, right, like Barstool Sports, like it's such a big media company.
Yeah,
like they are just everywhere as well, right? They also have Crunchyroll for those that like anime, right?
Wait, they have Crunchyroll?
Well, they invested in Crunchyroll. They have Headspace, right? Like they've invested in so many like big companies, and a lot of them are like creator facing, which is really, really cool.
Again, I think part of the value too is like all these companies that you scroll down is they have a very curated type of audience, right? And it's like not necessarily niche, but it's a specific topic that you're doing. So if you are a creator, if you're a company, like what is the one thing that you're known for, right? Like, and that might be a lot. You might discover that along your journey. And then we highly encourage start a platform where you can bring people into the conversations like these people, right? If you're interested in them, like if you're interested for them to invest in your company, right? Why don't you bring them into your platform? This is exactly what happened with Hotspot. Can't speak right now. It's 5:30 p.m. and the kids are like screaming on the other side. Like, Papa!
I just went on their page and I hit careers and they have a TCG internship for summer 2023. I'm gonna go do a inside job in there.
Inside job.
Pretend I'm a student. Hire me. Give me all the deets.
Yeah.
And then we'll get all the contacts.
All right, Fonzie. Cool Tools Cool.
Welcome to another round of the Cool Tools Cool.
Yeah.
I sound like the guy from UFC presenting a fighter.
Well, last episode I talked about Metricool. So if you haven't checked it out, go back to the episode and check it out. Now, Fonzie, what's your tool today?
This is a good segment where we school you on some cool tools. So you can be the cool kid at school. So mine doesn't end in cool, sadly, but it is
That's a strong start for me.
It's a Google Chrome. Yeah, it is a very strong start. It is a Google Chrome extension called Twimix. So or Twimix, whatever you want. I'm gonna pronounce it. I'm gonna spell it. Sorry, I'm gonna spell it. TWEMEX. And it is by a software company called Tweet Hunter. Tweet Hunter is actually a crazy software for Twitter that gives you analytics. You can actually have like a CRM inside of Twitter. It's really, really cool. And it also helps you with the creation, follow up, kind of like use threads to get leads. It's insane. Tweet Hunter is amazing. But Twimix or Twimix, however you pronounce it, it is a Google extension from them that is absolutely amazing. I've been loving it. Every time you log into Twitter, a little screen pops from the right side and it shows you a random creator that you follow and it sorts his tweets. They show you one very good tweet from them that grabbed a lot of traction. So guess what? If you go into Twitter and you're like, I want to write something, but I'm lacking a little bit of inspiration, you can actually use that to get inspired. You can read some of the stuff that these people are saying and you're like, how can I say that in my voice? Or what is my angle towards this? What is the context that I can apply to this piece of content and then make it mine? So it just facilitates so much the speed of creating when it comes to Twitter, and it's amazing. And at the same time, it also kind of like resurface some old tweets that then you can comment and start a conversation. Or
Fonzie became a Twitter warrior after that.
I'm a Twitter warrior. I'm on the keyboard all day long right now, pounding at it. But yeah, absolutely amazing. Totally recommend it for the Cool Tools Cool. Go check it out and let me know what you think about it. Let's go.
All right, Fonzie, I like these episodes. I think you're good doing research.
Thank you.
Well done, brother.
Appreciate it. Now I got to head out because I got a cooking class. Italian cooking class.
I know, and I got to head out if you want live LUISDA because the kids are down there and Katie's like, You said we were going to go outside. Okay, here we go. Guys, with that said, thank you so much for tuning into a Content is Profit podcast. Go ahead and follow the show in your favorite podcasting platform and on social media at BIZBROS Co.
And at FONZI Creates as well. Don't forget, guys, if today's episode helped you move one step closer towards your goal, please don't forget to share it and leave a 5-star review. Let's go.
Bye, guys.